Hello everyone and welcome to TLDR Addiction number 7. Today, outdoors because it is beautiful, and why not? So what I'd like to talk with you about today is how do you select a good treatment program, because it can be very difficult and daunting to do this. The field of addiction treatment has a long documented history of fraud, quite honestly, and doing a subpar job, and in many cases taking advantage of patients, because honestly we are financially incentivized to have people stay sick, because if you relapse and come back, that's actually more money that we make. And so that creates a really difficult balance of how do you know people are doing a good job because they have morals and ethics and scruples, which you'd hope that everyone does, but isn't always the case. So I'd like to share 3 things today that can help you find a place that's going to do a good job for you, your client, or your loved one. First, if you can get a good recommendation, do that. Places that might not have any skin in the game, and financial skin in the game rather, and can give you just a good solid recommendation based on their professional judgment. Good places to go for this are addiction treatment centers that do not have the sort of services that you're looking for, or individual practitioners in the community who are specialists in the area. Number 2, look for whether or not they are accredited themselves by a third-party accreditor. So this would be like the Joint Commission, CARF, and COA, the Committee on Accreditation, are the 3 big ones that accredit outpatient programs and residential programs. The reason why this is important is that sets a floor for treatment that's higher than it otherwise would be if they didn't go for that certification. You have to pay for it, you have to meet certain standards. If a treatment program has not been accredited by one of those 3 different agencies, red flag. Probably don't want to go there, honestly. And number 3, look at how they describe their theoretical orientation. There are a lot of ways to do addiction treatment, and just because you've been to rehab in one place doesn't mean that no rehabs are going to be useful for you if that first one didn't go so well. Or if you haven't been to treatment, no, there's a lot of different ways to skin this cat. So as an example, say you went to one treatment center and it was very spiritually based. It had a very strong 12-step orientation. That didn't feel so good to you. That's okay. There are a lot of other ways to do it. There you can find treatment centers that are very focused on mindfulness-based recovery. You can find ones that are focused very much on cognitive behavioral therapy. There's a lot of ways to do this. So finding one that either seems like it would vibe with you or not giving up. If you've been through treatment once, there's a lot of ways to do this. So thank you for joining me for TLDR Addiction. I look forward to talking to you again next week.